is I wanted to explain the relevance of the information that you'll be seeing in this video with with stretching the hip flexors and the chest and why that's important. So one of the things you have to think about is, us now as a society, we sit all day. A lot of us are sitting at work, and we go home and we sit and watch TV. And so what happens is these muscles, our hip flexors, for example, is one muscle, they shorten, okay? If we sit at a desk and we type, the chest muscles, they shorten, okay? So what happens is now we're trying to work out and we're trying to get healthy, and because these muscles have shortened too much, we can't get the other muscles, like the muscles of the glutes and the hamstrings, for example, to fire off properly, or some of the muscles in the upper back to fire off properly, or even when we want to bench press, we can't get the muscles of the chest to stretch out enough so that we can put tension on them when we need to work them hard. So that's where the stretching becomes really important, because you can stretch out those tightened muscles and make sure your posture stays good. So you can try to work out certain areas and get a much more effective result from the work that you're doing than you would if your muscles were tight. So with the PNF stretching, you can improve much faster than you could if you just did a normal stretch, because you're resetting what your brain says is the normal stretch, like it's mentioned in the PNF video. So it's kind of like a cheat code, or we're cheating the system to get you an extra benefit.
Chris here, and what I'm trying to do is I'm going to introduce you to PNF stretching. And what PNF stretching does, it tricks you into giving yourself a little bit more flexibility. It tricks you into resetting the dew point. And when I say the dew point, it's just like basically when you're stretching, your body says, okay, this is enough. This is as far as you're going to stretch. Well, what's going to happen with this stretch is I'm going to get him to his stretch point. He's going to contract the muscle, and then the body's going to relax, and the body's going to give him a deeper stretch. So now the brain knows a deeper stretch point, so he can get a deeper stretch when he's stretching. So and we'll see as we get into this here, because it's important with the hip flexors, because the hip flexors, if your hip flexors are tight, the pelvis will tilt forward, and the spine will shift forward also, which creates a lot of low back problems, and then also problems with performance, because you can't get your hamstrings to lengthen when you need them to use force. Okay, so we'll get right over here. Okay, so let's put you a little bit closer to the edge. Closer to the edge. Okay, so right there. So we're performing a stretch on this leg here. Okay, so this is the tight side. Make sure your back is back against the pad. Make sure that back stays against the pad. Okay, so now we got the back against the pad, so we can't pass it off to any of the muscles. And right about there, is that about your point right there? Okay. So with this partner assisted, we're going to hang out here for about 10 seconds, and then he's going to give me a push with this leg. Not this one, because this will send me over the benches. Okay. So give me a push. Relax. See. So now, as you're looking down at the leg, he gets a little bit of a deeper stretch there. Again, that's our way of cheating the system. And we hang out here for a little bit longer. Push. Okay. And again, you see the leg drop a little bit more as I'm producing force. Okay. All right, and push. Okay. Relax. How we doing? Okay, you got to make sure you don't overwhelm your partner too here, because you want to push enough force so when he pushes, it can't get much movement, so the body will naturally relax that muscle, but you don't want to hurt it. So that's the deal there. So we're going to get the other side. We're going to switch sides. As you're doing this, again, you get a little bit of time here. Push. Okay. And this will also work for the chest, because if you can get the chest to lengthen, a lot of times, like guys that can't develop their chest enough, it's because those muscles are shortened. So if you get the better stretch in the chest, you can get better work and create bigger muscle when you're trying to bench press or whatever. Push. So this is why this is a very important deal. Yeah. So if you have the luxury of having a workout partner, and that workout partner isn't doesn't try to kill you, this will be well for to stretch them out in certain muscle groups here, especially problematic ones like the chest and the hip flexors. Push. Okay. So you're right on in here. Okay, and again, like I said, we're at this set point. I got this a little turned down. I turned the wrist out because those chest fibers twist a little bit. Okay, so they're not just straight lines like the rest of it. Okay, so you're in there. So now push. There we go. Get that. Get a deeper stretch. Feel that stretch a little bit. Okay. Oh, head back. Keep your head back. Make sure you don't relieve any tension there. All right, and give me another push. Okay, and each time, it's getting a little deeper there. But like I said, the relevance of this is you can, if you have greater flexibility, you have greater range of motion that you can work muscles over. And when you can work muscle over greater range, you can create more shape, you can build more muscle and things like that. You know, so it just kind of depends on what your goals are. All right, push. All right, that's good.
I got so much funky shit inside my brain. I couldn't explain. You wouldn't understand. I couldn't explain. I got so much funky shit inside my brain. I couldn't explain. You wouldn't understand. I couldn't explain. So